Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
Hey, welcome back to my channel, and yeah, this is part 2 to what if Naruto was in data life. Now for this one, I'm just gonna talk about how Naruto gets into the whole AST program. And so yeah, that's pretty much how this is gonna start, and I'm just gonna pick up where I left off on. And yeah, like go for this 15, yeah, 15 likes for part 3. And so yeah, with that being said, let's get into the what if, I should say. And you know, Naruto, he was covered in black, just black all over, but it wasn't really touching him. And he was surrounded instead by it was kind of weird to me in the show, kind of like a transparent red liquid type thing, but at the same time, both the space quake and the red liquid was gone. Like, it would just happen like quick, like super duper quick. The building that Naruto was inside no longer was there. He was in an open field, a shallow crater, and there was flattened rubble all around him. Not far from where he was, in the very center of the crater, there was a chick in blue battle armor. And you know, Naruto, he was walking up to her, and he noticed that her armor was made out of something similar to metal, but at the same time cloth. Hold up, gotta scratch my nose. Anyway, and you know, Naruto, he's looking at her, and she says something that kind of catches him off guard. Are you here to kill me as well? And you know, she had a very sad look in her eye. And you know, Naruto was looking at her, and for some reason, he felt like he understood this girl's pain. He didn't know why, but it just felt like he understood her. Like there was no difference between her and him. But he didn't know why he had felt such a close connection, but he just kind of understood her pain. And you know, Naruto says, no, why would I come here to kill you? And you know, she points that freaking big ass sword at his neck. You're the one who knows, she said. I don't even know your name, and you already think I want to kill you? Sorry, but I think you got the wrong person. Name? She asked, repeating the word. She looked for a second like she lost her own sanity, but was desperately looking for something that was never there to begin with. With all this time, I struggle to remember things, or yeah. Naruto, you know, probably looked at that for like a couple of months now, or past few months. A name? I don't have one, or anything like that, she finally said. Then, you know, a bunch of chicks in that armor, they instantly started shooting at this chick. Even though Naruto never seen a missile before, but at the same time he felt like he was going to. It was very weird. It was kind of like something like he never seen it before, but at the same time his brain's making him think like this is just a common occurrence for him. But the only thing he knew was that he was in trouble. He didn't know why he did what he did or how he knew how they worked, but he just put both his index finger and his middle finger together and said Shadow Clone Jutsu. And you know, Naruto and his clones wearing the same clothes as him and all. And both of them kicked a missile towards each other, causing them both to explode, but you know, dissipating the clones. And that gave Naruto a chance to run. And so, you know, Naruto, he grabbed the armored chick by the hand and started to take her away. Okay. This is something that never makes sense to me in anime. Life lesson. Whenever someone's trying to kill you, you don't just take them by their hand and start running. And so, yeah, blue force fields just sent Naruto to the, like, across the ground, which really hurt. And Naruto's like, okay, I got it. And, you know, he tried it again. But for some reason, he didn't get hurt for, like, after, like, a few seconds. He got close to her. Trying to be careful this time because he don't want to get sent far away just to get back close to her again. And then she's like, is this some kind of trap to lure me into? And, you know, and Naruto's like, listen, lady, I don't know who the heck you are, but I didn't come here to kill you. But these chicks definitely look like they will. And then, you know, after that, there was an explosion. And, you know, he knew that it was coming, but he didn't notice exactly because he was too busy trying to help this chick out. And so, you know, Naruto, he flew back quite a bit and crashed into one of the flying soldier ladies. You know, they both tumbled to the ground, and I managed to catch her face before, you know, he passed out from being slammed. And, you know, he was laying down face to face with the white hair chick, Toichi. And, you know, after that, he woke up. And, you know, he was looking at this weird chick. And, you know, she had gray hair. And she kind of looked crazy. Like she just looked like she had never... Like, her and Aizawa would be very, very good friends. The lack of sleep, this chick looked like she just... Like, her body just was screaming sleep. And, you know, Naruto asked a very common question. Who are you? And, you know, before she could answer, something popped into Naruto's head as he stood up. Where is my sister? And, you know, she's like, oh, don't worry. And her name is something I can't remember. I'm sorry. I might have to... I know it's something familiar. I'm just going to call her Reina. I think that's her name. And so, yeah. And she explains, oh, you're in the sick bay. Your sister, well, she's exceptionally well at the time. And, you know, Naruto, he's like, what? And, you know, the gray hair chick, Reina, or I think I'll just call her Rain. I think that's her name is. And, you know, Naruto, he's saying, take me to her. And so, the Rain took Naruto to a series of corridors. And, you know, after a small while, they pulled to a stop at a very large door. Inside, Naruto was greeted by the freaking blonde hair dude, the freaking vice commander. But for some reason, you know, it kind of reminded Naruto of Jiraiya, who has seen in his vision sometimes. And, you know, the vice commander, pleased to make your acquaintance, he said. And, you know, he offered a handshake, but Naruto didn't take it. And, you know, as if it was a gut feeling for him not to do. And, you know, the dude looked at unfazed, but he went to a giant chair in the middle of the room. And, he says, Commander. He's awake and, might I say, a rude person. Instantly the chair turned around, showing Kotori. And, Naruto's like, oh, you're alright. And, he tried to give her a hug. But, her foot was there, stopping it. And she's like, ain't no time for all that mochi stuff with the commander. And, Naruto's like, wait, what? But what is going on here? And, she's like, never mind. I'll just explain it to you real quick. And, she's like, you got yourself in quite a bit of a mess with the AST. And for those who don't know what that is, for those who haven't seen Dated Life, it's pretty much an anti-spirit team. You would have died several times there if we have not recovered you. But I will give you this. You did manage to hold out a lot longer than I expected. And I didn't expect you to have dealt with more than one of you at the same time. Yes, we filmed the whole thing, in case you're wondering. More than one of me at the same time? Naruto, as, suddenly he remembered. Oh yeah, I split into 3. And, she says, yeah, you did multiply, though we can't really explain how. Besides, you coordinated a would-be suicide attack with them in a matter of seconds, she said thoughtfully. I was actually starting to enjoy her remarks, but she quickly caught on to that. Not that it matters, she said. Anyway, when you were out in the field, did you meet this person? And, for the first time, Naruto noticed this freaking big-ass monitor in front of him. In the screen was the same chick with black hair and a ribbon above her head. And she was wearing that blue suit of armor. And, showing her. And Naruto's like, yeah, that's the chick who was being attacked, right? Anyway, why was she attacked? And, his sister explains that she's a spirit. Basically, a phenomenon known as a space quake. So, yeah, she just pretty much explains that to Naruto. And, without missing a beat, Naruto put out his phone, inserted the password, and showed her screen. It was a GPS from before. And, Naruto was saying, like, did you purposely put me in a freaking trap for that chick to show up? And, she's like, chill. Well, why would I do that? Besides, with that thing on your hand, it ain't like you can really die. We can just keep on freaking responding. And, for a moment, the floor turned into glass, and Naruto noticed that he was above the clouds. And, Rain says, welcome to the airship. And, Naruto was just looking at the ground, being amazed about what he was looking at. And she says, now, on to serious matters. The AST job is to take spirits like the one you saw out of commission, so they don't have to continually demolish cities. But wait, isn't there another way? Naruto asked before knew anything of what was going on. And, his sister's like, she almost killed you. Twice. Don't tell me you fall in love with her now. And Naruto's like, wait, what? No. It's just that the pain of being alone. And, Naruto completely understands that. And, she says, yeah, there is another way. And Naruto's like, so are you suggesting that and she cuts him off, make them fall in love with you? Yeah, I'm not sure I'm following here. They said that everything is better once you're in love, so show them the best thing of the world. And, Naruto's like, I'm not sure if I still get it. And she's like, look, dumbass, you have 2 choices. Either make them fall in love with you, or they die. End of discussion. your pick. Fine, I'll help you. And she's like, alright, your training begins tomorrow. And Naruto, he's like, wait, training? He asked, but the second he heard it, he relaxed. Like the word fit perfectly in his mouth. Yeah, training. Now, come on. I heard someone say it was Toichi. Good. I had planned to approach her, but the other way was okay too. Hey, what about what I saw? You saw nothing. Yeah, expected as much, but I wanted to ask you something. Why would you try to kill that girl? I could tell she wasn't evil. I do not want everyone to have feel the way I did. And Naruto's like, huh? What happened? And thank you, phone. You ain't gotta tell me there's that low battery. I know. And Toichi explains the fact that 5 years ago she lost both of her parents to a spirit. And Naruto was looking at her dumbfounded. She left after a second, and Naruto heard a growl coming from his stomach. It's only was he not hungry, but it didn't sound like a hungry growl. It sounded like a wild beast preparing to roar. And so with that, I'm going to end it right there. Yeah. So yeah, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe. The like goal again is 15 for part 3. And so yeah, with that being said, I'm Anime Rage, and I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, I keep a tool on me if they got a screw. Love they messing with my big homie. They must be a damn fool. I buy me some jewelry. Under pressure, I stay round the clock, tone fuller. Class clown back in high school. I'm in love with designers, fancy taste. Lay him down the recliner, stay in place. And I keep it rockin'. Got a 40 in my pocket. Niggas say that I'm the plug, and I ain't talking socket. For your love, run the race. Cockpit, I drive. Detour out of space. Never been so high. Used to feel in last place, but now I fly by. Dior on my way. Pull the trigger, he's fried.